Okay, so we're on to the last piece of homework in that sense, which is questionnaires. Now again, I've worked through the lesson, so you should have hopefully seen the YouTube video that goes with the lesson content. Okay, and the online homework is just part of that particular lesson. So, random response. The question on the right appears on the survey. Why are people told to roll a dice? Okay, let's look at the survey. Roll a dice. If the dice land shows 6, tick the box marked yes. If the dice shows a different number, answer the question. Have you ever lied to your boss about being sick in order to get a day off work? Yes or no? Okay, now let's look at the answers. It makes the survey more fun to do. If they have lied about being sick, they will be more likely to answer truthfully, because if you have been off sick, then the survey is asking that for you to answer it honestly. So the boss doesn't know if you're one of the ones that the dice has shown a 6, which gives you permission to do that, and it's not actually telling a fib, telling a lie. Okay, so and then it will bring good luck if their boss finds out they've been lying. No, so it's going to be the middle one. Okay. Estimate the proportion of people who have lied to their boss about being sick. Round your answer to one decimal place. Okay, so let's think what we've got. We've got 510 people were surveyed and 115 ticked yes. So again, let's go to one of these. I've got 115 said yes, and 510 total number. Let's just check those figures. 510 to 115. Okay, now if the dice shows 6, tick the box marks yes. So if we're thinking about a dice, okay, we've got 6 sides on a dice, and only one of those faces has a 6 on it. So 1 in 6 people that rolled the dice would have landed on a 6 in theory. So 510 divided by 6 gives me 85. So 85 people we are going to presume rolled a 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take away from the ones that answered yes. I'm going to do 115, take away my 85, which is going to give me 30. 115, take away 85, it's going to give me 30 people. So, 30 people we are suggesting answered yes. Now, 85 people rolled a 6. So a 1 in 6 chance. So we're going to take those 85 people away from the 510. So 510 people, take away the 85, 510, take away 85, gives me 425. And out of those 425 people, 30 people said yes. So as a proportion, or as a percentage, 30 out of 425. 30 divided by 425 gives me 0.070588 as a decimal. And remember, if I now times that by 100, that's going to turn it into a percentage. So it's going to be 7.05884%. It wanted the answer to one decimal place, so put my line there. What effect is the 5 going to have? It's going to round the next digit up by 1, so it should be 7.1. Let's go back to this one and put 7.1%. Okay, so we've got our mark for this question here, and we've got 5 marks for this bit here. Now remember, all of the working is on this page here. So if you want to rewind the video and see what I did with the numbers, okay, please feel free to. It is quite an in-depth question, this one, because you have to do 4 pieces of working, okay, to get to your final answer, and then you need to convert it into percentage, and then you need to round it. So there's quite an in-depth piece of work in there. So feel free to rewind it and have another look. Alright? Okay, on we go. Question 2. The first 2 questions of a survey are shown on the right. What is wrong with the first question? How old are you? Under 18, 18 to 25, 25 to 40, 40 to 60. Now if you've seen the lesson, hopefully you're shouting at the screen that if I'm 18, right, if it's under 18, I'm going to go in this category. 18 is going to go here. What if I'm 25? Which category would I go into? I could go into either of those. So some people would be able to tick 2 different tick boxes. Is the right one. Yep. What is wrong with the second question? Don't you agree that? So straight away it's saying, don't you agree that? It's a leading question. It's leading you to try and agree with what they are saying. Okay? Some people never fly. It is a closed question. It is a leading question. You are leading them to give you the answer that, don't you agree that carbon offsetting is just a way to make people feel less guilty about flying? Which box do you think they want to? Don't you agree that? They want you to tick yes. It's a leading question. Okay? Click on mark it. Okay. Now, I'm going to see the summary, and then I'm going to go back. Because look here, okay? Now, it is very easy again, and I genuinely have done this one on purpose. I didn't the last one. It's very easy to stop. Remember, I didn't read through these next 2 boxes, these 2 at the top here, okay? So, what's wrong with the first question? There's 2 marks. I've ticked 1 box. Okay, so that might suggest, especially if you've got a multiple choice question, if there's 2 marks for it, it might be that there's more than 1 answer. Now, it's very poorly written question because on here it doesn't say answers, tick the correct boxes. Okay, so some people will be able to tick more than 2 different boxes. That's fine. Some people don't like ticking boxes. Some people don't. Some people don't have a box to tick. Well, on this one, you could argue the case. Well, what happens if you're 65? It could be that you could then tick this box. Because if you're 65, can't go into this box, and there's not another one to say plus. So it's very easy, like I say, to just either miss a mark or to think about, oh, I've got the right answer there, I don't need to read any further. Okay. Next, what is wrong with the second question? Some people never fly. If you don't fly, don't you agree that carbon offsetting is just a way to make people feel less guilty about flying? Could you argue that one would still not be able to be a correct answer? Because you still could have an opinion about carbon offsetting and making people feel guilty, even though you don't fly. But you could still answer the question. It's a closed question. Don't you agree that carbon offsetting is just a way to make people feel less guilty about flying? There's a yes and no answer. Anything yes and no is going to mean it's a closed question. And it's a leading question. Definitely it's a leading question. So if I was to pick 1 box, if it had to be 1 answer, it would be that one and that one. Okay? Really important, because sometimes more than 1 answer is correct, but that is the more realistic answer. If it was a 1 answer question, those would be the 2 you tick. You can see that this could be any of the 3, and this could be these 2. I personally think it could be the bottom one as well, Because if you're, like I say, if you're 65, if you're 70, if you're 80, you haven't got a box to tick. Alright, hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. And also highlights how confusing statistics can be at times. Okay, have fun.